So then we have started the new chapter yesterday, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's wait for 2 more minutes. Let 1 more minute. Let's wait everybody to join. Then we'll start with the class. Till where have we read yesterday?
Ma'am, you showed us the video.
Okay. So and who has sent me the PDF? Mm,
Geography.
no, we had started history yesterday. Someone of you.
Ma'am, the PDF of this chapter.
Arjun has sent me. PDF of this chapter. Yesterday somebody had sent me. Who did? That's the question. Okay, got it. So we have started the chapter devotional paths to the divine yesterday, right? Now let's continue the chapter. Okay, today we'll start with the book reading, right? So the first part, the topic of the chapter, like we have had the introduction of the chapter, what the chapter is about, what devotional paths to the divine means, how things were different earlier, how people were misguided through religions, right? And at the same time, certain new religions came, certain new, you can say, movements came, which were known as the Bhakti and the Sufi movements, where these people were guided about how they could practice their rituals, how they could connect to God, not through expensive rituals, not through priests, but also through good karma and also through just being devoted to gods, right? Chaliye. Arsalan, read the idea of a supreme god.
From here?
The idea of a
Acha, the
supreme.
idea of supreme god. Before large kingdom emerged, different groups of people worshipped their own gods and goddesses. As people were brought together through the growth of towns, trade, and empires, new idea began to develop. The idea that all living things pass through continuous cycle of birth and rebirth, performing good deeds and bad, came to be widely accepted. Similarly, the idea that all human beings are not equal even at birth gained ground during this period. Many
Okay,
people were
stop it, Arslan. Kids, could you please tell me what do we used to call this idea where we said that all the human beings were not equal at this birth and they were divided into different groups on the base of their occupation. What do we used to call this system? Can you even tell me
uh,
that?
ma'am, ma'am, cycle of birth and rebirth.
Wonderful.
Hmm?
Have you heard this? What was the system known as? Varna system. What we used to call it?
Varna system.
Varna.
Varna system.
हम्म, आगे पढ़िए. Read ahead. आगे पढ़ो बेटा.
Okay, ma'am. Many people were uneasy with such ideas and turned to the teaching of Buddha or the Jains, according to which it was possible to overcome social differences and break the cycle of rebirth through personal effort. Others felt attacked to the idea of supreme God who could deliver human from such bondage if approached with devotion or bhakti.
है ना। सो
This
अब यहाँ पे क्या
idea
हुआ, जब तक लार्ज किंगडम में, मैंने आपको, हमने कल भी ये पढ़ा था कि जब तक लार्ज किंगडम मर्ज नहीं हुए थे, लोगों के अपने अपने खुद के गॉड और गॉडेसेस थे। जब ये आइडियाज आए टाउन्स एम्पायर्स में, राइट, तो लोगों ने क्या कहा, द आइडिया दैट ऑल लिविंग थिंग पास थ्रू साइकिल्स ऑफ बर्थ एंड रीबर्थ। लोगों ने कहा भाई सबके बहुत सारे बर्थ होते हैं, बहुत सारे रीबर्थ होते हैं। एंड देन दे आल्सो स्टार्ट टू agreeing that okay, everybody is not equal, not even at the time of birth, right? That is why they used to say that if and your occupation depends upon which religion you have taken or which caste you have taken birth in, right? So many people were very uneasy with such ideas, but कुछ लोगों को ये सब ideas बहुत ही खराब लगते थे। uneasy का मतलब क्या, they did not understand these ideas कि क्या है, कैसे कैसी बातें कर रहे हैं लोग, right? So many of them turned to the teachings of Buddha or Jainas, according to which it was possible to overcome social differences and break the cycle of rebirth through personal efforts। अच्छा, इन लोग का मानना क्या था कि अगर आप जिस कास्ट में, जिस चीज में अभी आपका बर्थ हुआ, आपका रीबर्थ भी वैसे ही होगा। बट फिर आए क्या है, फिर नए रिलीजन जैसे कि बुद्धिज्म और जैनिज्म, जहां पे लोगों को बताया गया कि नहीं, इट इज योर कर्मा विच डिसाइड्स योर deeds. Like it is your karma which decides how God is going to judge you, not on the basis of the caste you are born in, not on the basis of the work you do, right? So now others also felt attracted to the idea of a supreme God who could deliver humans from such bondings if approached with devotion. फिर और लोगों को भी लगा कि यार we will also want to reach one such God rather than preaching our different gods, that we want to also preach that God जो हमें इस बॉन्डेज से बाहर निकाल पाए, कि जो हमें डिफरेंशिएट ना करके हमें जस्ट ब्लेस करे, राइट? सो दस एडवोकेटेड इन द भगवत गीता। ये आइडिया जो था, इट ग्रू वेरी पॉपुलरली इन द अर्ली सेंचुरीज इन द कॉमन एरा। सो हमने कल पढ़ा भी था that शिवा, विष्णु एंड दुर्गा are the supreme deities which came to be worshipped through elaborate rituals। आगे पढ़िए। नहीं, Arsenal, stop. Now Gauri would read. Gauri Verma read.
A new kind of bhakti in South India. Narayanas and Alvars. The 7th to 9th century saw the emergence of new religious
कल
movements
हमने पढ़ा भी था
led by
वीडियो में, वेट अ मिनट बेटा, कल हमने वीडियो में पढ़ा भी था नयनर्स और अलवर्स के बारे में। कोई बता सकता है हु वर नयनर्स एंड हु वर अलवर्स?
Narayanas of that who ma'am saints devoted to Shivji and ma'am Alvas are those ma'am who devoted to Vishnu.
गुड, वेरी गुड सुधी। हाँ जी गौरी, कंटिन्यू।
Narayana's saints
इट
devoted
इज
to
नॉट
Shiva.
नारायणास बच्चे, इट इज नयनर्स।
Narayana's saints devoted to Shiva and Alvar's saints devoted to Vishnu, who came from all castes including those considered untouchable, like
मैंने आपको
Pulyas
बताया था
and
ना, सॉरी सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू बेटा, मैंने आप लोगों को कल बताया था कि देखो जब ये हुआ ना, क्या कहते हैं, जब साउथ में तो उन्होंने ये कास्ट हटाई दी। दे जस्ट मेड टू ग्रुप्स, नयनर्स एंड अलवर्स। अब डजेंट मैटर आप किस कास्ट के हो, क्या हो, अपर क्लास हो, हाई क्लास हो, लो क्लास हो, डजेंट मैटर। यू आर जस्ट ग्रुप इनटू टू डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स, दैट इज नयनर्स एंड अलवर्स, जिसमें नयनर्स वर द डिवोटीज ऑफ शिवा and Alvars were the devotees of Vishnu। आगे पढ़ो बच्चों।
they were sharply critical of Buddhists and Jains and preached ardent love of Shiva or Vishnu. As the path salvation, they drew upon the deals of love and heroism, as found in Sangham literature. the earliest example of Tamil literature composed during the early centuries of Common Era and blended them with values of bhakti. The the Nayanars and Alvars went from place to place composing equestrian poems in praise of the deities.
अब ये लोग ना, जैसे आपको
Interest
पता है सेंट्स क्या होते हैं? सेंट्स जो साधु होते हैं, एक जैसे दूसरे जगह घूमते रहते थे, यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस, राइट? बस जस्ट डूइंग व्हाट डूइंग, like composing exquisite poems in praise of the deities enshrined in the villages they visited. जहाँ जाते थे वहां पे जो deities थी, deities का मतलब क्या होता है बेटा?
God,
deities,
Ma'am gods.
gods.
Thank God.
उन gods की praise में poems, जिन्हें हम भजन बोलते हैं, वो बनाते थे, राइट? फिर उन poems को म्यूजिक में सेट करके, मतलब poems को म्यूजिक में सेट करके वही भजन बनता है ना। आगे फिर बेटा।
In the villages they visited and set them to music. Sufism and Bhakti movement. When Islam came to India, the Hindus practiced the Sanatan Dharma. It is based on collective wisdom of great sages who believed in many paths to achieve salvation. On the other hand, Islam stood for and preached oneness of God, universal brotherhood, and equality amongst all. It had simple doctrine and democratic organization. Hindus and Muslims came in close contact with each other as a natural result of it. Sufism among the Muslims and Bhakti movement among the Hindus originated. Both these movements uh, broadened their religion outlook. Sufis were in favor of religion toleration. Moin-ud-Din Chishti and Nazim-ud-Din were Sufi saints who preached oneness of the Almighty God and toleration of other religions. Saint were Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Chaitanya, Swami
Sorry, wait
Ramananda.
for a while, बच्चे.
Ma'am,
Can you
what?
please send me the page number? What was this? Next page to this?
Ma'am, 65,
Yeah, 60,
first paragraph.
65.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 64, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is 66. Oh, this is 68 then, no? 65, 66, 67 as well. Please send me 65, 66, and 67. See the content, like the content of this and the video is almost the same, right? That's what we have all uh, seen yesterday. Who is sending that page?
Ma'am, I have sent.
Aslam has sent. Okay. Thank you, Aslam. चलो, continue, Gauri. I'll join you.
The intermixing of different religious trends ultimately resulted in rise of two important movements, that is Sufi movement and Bhakti movement in India.
Okay. राइट सो एज शी रेड दैट इसके बाद क्या हुआ, एक नई मूवमेंट स्टार्ट हुई इंडिया में, दैट वाज द भक्ति एंड द सूफी मूवमेंट, राइट। या सो व्हेन इस्लाम केम टू इंडिया, राइट, जब इस्लाम इंडिया में आया, ये है ना 65। So when Islam came to India, the Hindus used to practice which dharma? Tell me, beta. When Islam came to India,
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ जी,
Sanatan
Ma'am,
Dharma.
सनातन धर्म, राइट। सनातन धर्म,
Explain.
excuse me.
हाँ जी,
Ma'am, I think so. My internet connection are very weak. So, ma'am, can I leave and join?
yes you can, right, kids. So as you can see that when Islam came to India, the Hindus used to practice Sanatan Dharma, which was based on the collective wisdom of the great sages. Who are sages, beta? Sages कौन होते हैं बच्चों? बताइए। Whom do we call a sage? अरे,
Ma'am, someone who has attained wisdom.
यस एंड लोकल लैंग्वेज में किसे बोलते हैं? A mature person who gives his knowledge, right? साधु संत जो होते हैं, ठीक है।
Ma'am, I am joining from my
A
other
wise
device.
man, ठीक है, सा means a sage refers to a wise man, right? Who believed in many paths to achieve salvation. तो sages होते थे, उनके पास बहुत सारे तरीके थे कि जिससे आपको salvation मिल सकता है। What is the meaning of salvation, kids? What do you mean by the term salvation?
My freedom from the cycle of life and death.
Athar, can you please say it again?
Ma'am, freedom from the cycle of life and death.
I cannot hear you.
Ma'am, from where are we reading?
अटेनिंग सैल्वेशन का मतलब क्या हुआ, क्या मिलता है आपको? अपने आप को हर
Ma'am,
रिस्क से बचा लेना, हर हार्म से बचा लेना, राइट। मुक्ति जिसे कहते हैं,
from salvation.
सैल्वेशन,
Ma'am, moksha.
मोक्ष, राइट। सो ऑन द अदर हैंड इस्लाम स्टूड फॉर एंड प्रीच द वननेस ऑफ गॉड। अब देखो, हिंदू में और इस्लाम में कितना बड़ा फर्क ये था कि हमारे यहाँ मल्टीपल गॉड्स होते हैं, इन इस्लाम में देयर इज ओनली वन गॉड, राइट, दैट इज, एंड दे प्रीच यूनिवर्सल ब्रदरहुड एंड इक्वालिटी अमंग्स ऑल। वहां पे इस्लाम में भी क्या था कि हिंदूज में अलग अलग गॉड्स थे, कास्ट थी, ये था वो था, जो कि इस्लाम में नहीं था। इस्लाम had very simple and doctrine democratic organization. So then Hindus and Muslims came in close contact with each other. As a result of it, Sufism among the Muslims and Bhakti movement among the Hindus originated. So जब ये दोनों आपस में कांटेक्ट में आए, एक दूसरे से लर्निंग्स ली, सो इस्लाम में स्टार्ट हुआ सूफीज मूवमेंट और हिंदूज में भक्ति मूवमेंट. Both of the movements were mainly originated to broaden the outlook of people toward religion. अपने रिलीजियस आउटलुक को ब्रॉडन करने के लिए, बढ़ाने के लिए, कि रिलीजन में हमने जहां तक खुद को सीमित करके रखा है सिर्फ उतना नहीं है, राइट। इट्स फार एंड बियॉन्ड, यू नीड टू ट्राई टू डीप डिग इनटू इट, राइट। देन सूफीज वर इन फेवर ऑफ रिलीजियस टॉलरेशन। उनका मानना था हमें हर रिलीजन को रिस्पेक्ट करनी चाहिए। रिलीजियस टॉलरेशन मतलब होता है कि रिस्पेक्टिंग ऑल द रिलीजन्स, राइट, एंड देयर बिलीव्स. Moinuddin Chishti and Nizamuddin were the Sufi saints who preached the oneness of the Almighty God and toleration of other religions. They were like, हमारे लिए तो ऊपर वाला एक ही है, राइट, बट वी रिस्पेक्ट योर गॉड एज वेल। आपके कोई भगवान है तो हम उनकी भी रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है, बिकॉज for him, your God is our God. It is the same, right? Then there were others like Saint Kabir, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Chaitanya. Swami Ramanand, and Mirabai. They were some more of the pioneers of the Bhakti movement. They also preached the oneness of the Almighty and toleration towards other religions. इन लोगों ने यही कहा कि भाई भगवान तो एक ही है, ठीक है, हम चाहे उसे कितने भी नाम दे दें. सो उन्होंने भी भगवान को एज वन प्रे किया, राइट? एंड the intermixing of different religious trends ultimately resulted in the rise of the two important movements. Which movements are we talking about, बच्चों?
Ma'am, Sufi movement and Bhakti movement.
Bhakti.
ठीक है,
Bhakti movement and Sufi movement.
very good. चलो स्तुति, now read about the Sufism and its teaching.
Sufism and its teachings. Sufis were Muslim saints and mystics. They
Mystics
came
का मतलब क्या
from
होता है बेटा? What is the meaning of mystics? Anyone? बताइए. आप सब लोग इतना लेड बैक हो, सबके हाथों में फोन है, कंप्यूटर है, देख के भी मीनिंग नहीं बता सकते. चलो हम ढूंढ के ही बता दें कि मिस्टेक का मीनिंग क्या होता है.
These are her spirit and communicating with God or
Somebody who tries to communicate with God. ठीक है, that is who is known as mystic. पढ़िए आगे.
They came from Persia in the 11th century. They did not like fast, feast, and rituals. According to them, love and devotion were the only means to reach God. Following were their main principles. God is one and all powerful. All are His children. To love mankind means to love God. So everyone should love humanity. True love of God is more important than ritual and fast. Paths to God are many, so one should be tolerant towards other religion and sects. In this way, they try to bridge the gap between Muslim and Hindus. Respect for all human beings is necessary and important.
ओके, थैंक यू स्तुति. सो सूफी कौन थे? मुस्लिम सेंट्स और मिस्टिक्स. मुस्लिम्स मतलब वो सेंट्स और वो मिस्टिक्स कहीं ना कहीं गॉड तक पहुंचने का बिलीव करते थे. दे यूज्ड टू टेल यू हाउ टू रीच गॉड, हाउ टू रीच हिम. एंड दे ऑल केम फ्रॉम पर्शिया इन द 11th सेंचुरी, राइट? दे डिड नॉट लाइक फास्ट. उन्हें फास्ट, बड़े बड़े लंगर कराना, व्रत रखना, रिचुअल्स कराना, ये सब समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. क्या मुस्लिम्स में भी फास्ट रखे जाते हैं बेटा?
yes, ma'am.
मुस्लिम्स फास्ट रखते हैं? यस. क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
No,
Rosa,
Rosa.
right? So the Sufis were against all these things. They were like, we don't need to do all these things. बड़े बड़े लोगों को खाना खिलाना, मतलब फीस्ट रखना, बड़े बड़े महंगे रिचुअल्स करना, ये वो. They were like, this is not the way you can preach God, you can reach God. No, you can reach God. मतलब उनके कुछ प्रिंसिपल्स थे. पहले तो उनका देखो, ऊपर वाला एक है, and he is the most powerful of all. We all are his children. एंड अगर आपको भगवान को एक्चुअल में प्यार करना है, इफ यू रियली वांट टू शो योर डिवोशन टू गॉड, देन स्टार्ट लविंग मैनकाइंड, राइट? स्टार्ट लविंग ह्यूमंस, स्टार्ट ट्रीटिंग देम विद रिस्पेक्ट. If you treat your fellow humans respectfully, God will ultimately be happy, right? So everyone should love humanity. You should not spread hate, right? Then true love of God is more important than any ritual and fast. कि ये आप रिचुअल्स कर लो, बड़े बड़े फास्ट रख लो, आप दिल में आपके भगवान के लिए प्यार है नहीं, रिस्पेक्ट है नहीं, तो ऐसे रिचुअल करने का कोई फायदा ही नहीं है. देन paths to God are many, so one should be tolerant towards other religions and sects. So अब उन्होंने कहा कि जैसे एक ही डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचने के अलग अलग रास्ते होते हैं, तो हमने उस एक ही भगवान तक पहुंचने के लिए अलग अलग रिलीजन बना दिए. ठीक है, चाहे वो सिख हो, चाहे वो हिंदू हो, चाहे वो मुस्लिम हो, चाहे वो क्रिश्चियन हो, but ultimately the power is one, the almighty is one. So these are the different paths which we are following. राइट? सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वी नीड टू रिस्पेक्ट एवरी, अब कोई अगर हमसे अलग चल रहा है तो हमसे गलत थोड़ी है, राइट? दे आर जस्ट फॉलोइंग, दे आर वॉकिंग ऑन देयर ओन पाथ, इट डजंट मीन दैट दे आर रॉन्ग, right? So that is why we should try to respect all the religions. That is how Sufis try to bring Hindus and Muslims closer, right? उनके बीच का जो गैप था वो कम करने की कोशिश करी। Then he will like कि अगर आपको एक्चुअली में गॉड को खुश करना ही है, then first and foremost thing you should do is to respect all human beings. Is it clear to everyone? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next, who will read?
Music is one way of reaching God, but meditation is also essential for it. They should follow the teachings of priests who were like Hindus, gurus, or saints.
Okay, so they were like, there is also one more way through which you could reach God, that is music, right? And meditation is also essential for it. आपको भगवान तक पहुंचने के लिए मेडिटेशन तो करनी पड़ेगी। आप देखें ना साधु संत कैसे सालों तक तपस्या करते रहते हैं एक जगह पे बैठ के, दे जस्ट कीप ऑन मेडिटेटिंग, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So they were like, that's also one way. And they should follow the teachings of the peers who were like Hindu gurus or saints. पीर्स को होते हैं, जैसे हिंदूज गुरुज होते हैं, सेंट्स होते हैं, ऐसे ही मुस्लिम्स में पीर बाबाज होते हैं। चलिए, let's talk about some important reformers of Sufism. कौन पढ़ेगा? Athar Singh will read.
Some
Athar Singh
important
read.
reformers of Sufism.
Athar, your voice is
Khwaja
coming very low, very low.
Khwaja Mu'addin Chishti. Khwaja Mu'addin Chishti was a Sufi saint. He was born in Central Asia and came to India around 1192 AD and stayed in Ajmer. He died in 1236 AD and was buried at Ajmer. His Dargah is a holy place of pilgrimage for the Indian Muslims or the Christian faith. He preached devotion towards God. He said that music, if played nicely and beautifully, brought men close to God. Another important Sufi saint was Baba Farid, who lived in Ajodhya. Other important Sufis were Sayyid Muhammad Firuzdas Gulbarga, Shah Alam Bukhari, Gujarat, Bahauddin Zakaria, Multan, Sheikh Shihabuddin Tilak.
Okay, children, we have just read about that, no, the concepts. Now let's see the videos. This video we have seen yesterday of Supreme God and Bhakti in South India.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about Sufism now.
Dear children, all of us have our own method of worshipping God. Conventional religion has a set of rituals, while devotional religion focuses on the realization of one.
राइट सो एक होता है कन्वेक्शनल रिलीजन जो कहता है कि नहीं हमें बड़े बड़े रिचुअल्स करने हैं. डिवोशन रिलीजन जो होता है इट फोकस ऑन डिवोशन. दे से नो यू नीड टू रियलाइज दैट देयर इज ओनली वन गॉड एंड यू जस्ट नीड टू रीच गॉड विद योर ट्रू हार्ट. राइट. बड़े रिचुअल्स करने की जरूरत नहीं है आपको उसके लिए.
Oneness with God. In this session, we are going to discuss Sufism. Sufism comes under the category of devotional religion.
Have you seen any Sufis in your life anywhere?
No, ma'am.
No. Have you seen them in any movie?
No, ma'am.
No. जोधा अकबर देखी आप लोगों ने?
Yes, ma'am.
उसमें एक गाना है, उसमें वो लोग डांस करते हैं ऐसे सूफी वाले कपड़े पहन के.
The Sufis followed Islam, but they did not like the outward religiosity.
आउटवर्ड रिलीजियोसिटी
Rather,
मतलब
they preferred
आउटवर्ड रिलीजियोसिटी मतलब ये दिखावा पसंद नहीं था उन्हें. रिलीजन का रिलीजन फॉलो करते थे बट रिलीजन के नाम पे बड़े बड़े फास्ट मतलब बहुत डिफिकल्ट फास्ट रखना या बड़े बड़े फीस्ट करवाना ये सब उन्हें पसंद नहीं था. राइट. दे प्रेफर टू लव एंड गॉड एंड बी डिवोटेड टू गॉड एंड दे यूज्ड टू बिलीव इन हेल्पिंग मैनकाइंड.
love and devotion to God. They propagated the idea that all human beings should have mercy towards one another. As we all know, Islam believes in monotheism, or submission to one God. It
What does monotheism mean, children?
Ma'am, submission to God.
Yes, one God. Submission to one God. Mono means one.
discards idol worship. It
And as we know in Islam, we do not have any idols, right? उनकी मूर्तियां नहीं होती हैं मतलब हिंदूज की तरह. So is Sufis in like it was in Islam, they discarded idol worship.
emphasizes collective prayers, which is the namaz of 5 times a day. At that time, the scholars of Islam developed Shariat law. They set certain codes of behavior and holy rituals. Sufis rejected some of these codes and rituals. They presented their own idea of Islam. According to them, one should love God as a lover loves his beloved. They get lost in each other and forget the whole world. They wrote poems to express their feelings, just like the saint poets. They also gave us a rich literature in prose also. Ghazali, Rumi, and Sadi were the great Sufis of Central Asia. Sufis also thought, like Nathpanthis, Siddhas, and Yogis, that one should be trained so that one might look at the world in a different way. Their training included zikr, chanting, contemplation, sama, singing, raqs, dance, discussion of parables, breath control, etc.
समझ में आया बेटा? चलो क्वेश्चन आता है. Rumi and Sadi were the great Sufis of
Ma'am,
Asia.
Central
Central Asia.
and Central.
Central Asia.
The Sufi master was given the title of Pir. This produced silsilas. These silsilas were the lineages of Sufi teachers, where every teacher had their own method of instruction. Thus, they were slightly different from one another. We find that these Sufis began to settle in India in the 11th century. Previously, we learned that the major Sufi centers were developed in the reign of the Delhi Sultanate. This development played a role in their arrival in India. The most powerful silsila was the Chishti silsila. Teachers like Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti of Ajmer, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki of Delhi, Baba Farid of Punjab, Khwaja Nizamuddin Aulia of Delhi, and Banda Nawaz Gisudaraz of Gulbarga were attached to the order. The assemblies of these Sufi masters were held in khankas or hospices. Hospices were the houses of rest for travelers, especially for those who came for religious purposes. Kings, noblemen, ordinary people all attended these assemblies for the solution to their problems. Seeking the blessings of the saints, nonetheless, they attended it for the peaceful music and dance. It was believed that Sufi masters had miraculous powers and were able to cure illnesses and grievances of the people. That is why their tombs and dargahs became places of pilgrimage for people irrespective of caste and class.
बताइए, the Sufi master was given the title of
Peer.
okay. The lineage of Sufi teachers were known as tell me the lineages of
Ma'am,
Sufi
what
teachers.
does
हाँ जी,
ma'am, what does lineages means?
lineage means मतलब उनके आने वाले जो उनकी पुश्तें थी आगे की वो जो क्या किस नाम से जानी जाती थी सिलसिलास. Okay, next is Khwaja Nizamuddin Aulia was a Sufi saint from
Delhi.
Ajmer. Ajmer, sorry.
Delhi.
Ajmer or Delhi?
Ajmer. Ajmer.
मैम दिल्ली. मैम अजमेर में तो ख्वाजा गरीब नवाज है.
चलो we'll check that. The most powerful Sufi order in India was the
मैम मोइनुद्दीन चिश्ती.
Chishti. I'll just write Chishti, then we'll see the answer. So yes, he was absolutely right. Khwaja Nizamuddin Aulia was from Delhi, and this Chishti silsila is absolutely correct. Okay, let's move forward.
Now let's have a quick recap of this interesting session.
So you understood about Sufism properly now, children? Is it all
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Fine, now the class is about to get over. The rest we'll study in the next class. Okay? Is everybody's work of the previous chapter completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Including the maths, Tuti?
Ma'am, I sent it the PDF on your personal number and on the group also.
Mubashira, yours is done? Mubashira, your work is done?